Now, tens of thousands of people are fleeing the Syrian city of Homs as rebel Islamist fighters close in. And the speed at which the armed opposition is advancing across the country has astonished everyone, with the Syrian army, loyal to President Assad, simply falling away. The civil war began in 2011, but the rebels with links to al-Qaeda were forced into retreat 5 years later. Now they're back, and in just 10 days have taken the whole of Syria's second largest city of Aleppo. Another major city, Hama, fell yesterday. And now in their sights is Homs. Success there could see the main road from the capital Damascus to the Syrian coast cut, dividing the stronghold of President Assad. His lightning loss of territory due to his backers, including Russia, Iran and Hezbollah, currently fighting in other conflicts. Well, with all the latest from the Turkey-Syria border, here's Hugo Bachega.
Syrian rebels on their way to Homs. Their offensive has been swift and astonishing. Here they celebrate as they capture another town without facing any resistance. They also had no opposition in Hama. Chanting "God is greatest," crowds gathered to welcome the fighters. They also seized this army base, a symbolic win as the military struggles to counter their progress. The civil war in Syria started in 2011 when President Bashar al-Assad crushed protests against his regime. Homs, a rebel stronghold, was under siege for 3 years. Opposition fighters only left under a deal brokered by the UN in 2015, and government forces reclaimed it.
If the rebels take Homs, Damascus, the capital, would be quite an easier target. The Syrian army has folded, that the state capacity has been degraded a great deal. The writing on the wall.
Frozen for years, the front lines in Syria are changing fast. This is an insurgency led by Islamist rebels from a group known as HTS. They have their roots in al-Qaeda, but are trying to rebrand themselves as a nationalist force. From their base in Idlib, they launched a surprise campaign last week. They took Aleppo, the country's second largest city, and continued to push south. This is their leader, Abu Mohammed al-Jalani. In an interview to CNN, he said the goal was to topple the regime and bring back Syrian refugees.
People will return to their homes. Many refugees in Turkey will likely return, as will a significant number of refugees in Lebanon and Jordan. Even refugees in Europe may return to rebuild their country.
They are vowing to reach Damascus, and Bashar al-Assad is struggling to stop them. In the past, he relied heavily on Russia and Iran to fight the opposition. But both allies are preoccupied with their own affairs. The rebels have the momentum, and the regime is increasingly under threat. And tonight, rebels are claiming to have reached the city limits of Homs, and they've made a final call on forces loyal to the government to defect. But it's not only those fighters who are making progress. Kurdish forces have essentially taken control of the eastern desert after government troops abandoned their positions. And there are also local insurgencies in the south of the country. So without significant help from Russia and Iran, President Assad seems unable to stop this offensive against his government. And many are saying that this could be the beginning of the end of his regime.